Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we have this neutral glittery cut crease. I did this on a client, and on my Instagram a few of you were asking me to film this look for YouTube, so I did. If you want to see how we got this look, then just keep on watching. Alright you guys, so of course we're starting with the eyebrows. I've already done one eyebrow and one eye, and I'm doing the other now. Using MAC's NC50 and NC45 to scope out her eyebrows, and I'm using my Morphe 224 brush. So we're going to base her eye with the Helen E eyeshadow primer. This is literally going to be a 1, 2, 3 step cut crease. The first color we're starting off with is a reddish orangey color, and I'm using a fluffy eyeshadow brush. This is a Sigma E40. I'm going to apply this color directly underneath where her eye naturally creases, and then I'm going to start to blend that color upwards, and I'm using tapping motions to apply this eyeshadow and blend it up above her crease area. Once you have that blended above her crease area, you're going to go into a dark brown. I'm using the second shade seen here, which is like a reddish brown color, and I'm just using a pointy dome brush. So this is the Morphe M401 brush, and I'm using a great amount of pressure, and I'm just pressing and tapping that brown color in because I want there to be like a very strong line on her eyes. So this line is going to be our map and our guide to where we're going to cut our crease. So you want to make sure you're creating a line on your client's eyes or on your eyes, because you're going to cut your crease directly underneath that. Then you want to bring the brown up just a little bit to meet that light brown and that dark brown. Now you need a color to bind the light brown and the dark brown together. So we're going to use an in-between color, a transition shade, the meat to your sandwich. You're going to use this burgundy shade, and burgundy is always my favorite shade to use, and you're just going to pop that color in between. So now we're moving on to cutting our crease. I'm so sorry my camera cut off while I was cutting the crease, but what you want to do is literally cut your crease directly underneath that line that you created. So you created that dark line for a reason. You want to come right up underneath it, not a little bit underneath, right up underneath it, and cut your crease. So now that I have my crease cut, I'm going to go in with my eyeshadow. This is actually a silver eyeshadow. It's just coming off as white on camera, but it's a metallic silver. And I'm just smoking out the outer portion of the eye, and I'm using the same colors we used in the crease. Then I'm going in and I'm adding some lash glue. You can use glitter glue, but this is what I had closest to me, so I just grabbed the duo lash glue. And I'm going to apply that all over her lid. And then I'm going on top of that with Globe Academy's Glitter and Ice Me Out. So now once I have my glitter on my eyes, I'm going to go in with my eyeliner and give her a nice thick liner. Alright, so now moving on to the face. I have prepped her skin, and the stuff you see in her face is the milk of magnesium, and I am using Black Opal and MAC foundation. I'll have the exact shades listed down below, and I'm going to take my Real Techniques cheek brush and tap that foundation into her skin. So now moving on to concealer, I'm using the same shades I used on her brow, which is NC50 and NC45. This is the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. I'm going to apply it underneath her eyes, the bridge of her nose, in between her brows and her forehead. And I'm also going to apply some on her chin. So now I'm just taking a damp beauty blender and I'm going to blend out the concealer on her forehead, nose, chin, and then underneath the eyes. So I always do the under eyes last, just because I like for the product to dry down a bit, because then it just makes the finish more full coverage once the concealer has like dried down. So when you go to blend it into the skin, it's just thicker because the air has hit it, so it's going to give you a more flawless full coverage underneath the eyes. So now I'm going in with my Ben 9 Banana Luxury Powder, and I'm going to press some of that powder underneath her eyes. I'm going to set my concealer first. And then I'm going to add some extra powder to bake underneath her eyes for that more highlighted look. Alright, so now I'm going back into the Saharan 2 palette and I'm taking that reddish brown shade and I'm going to apply that to her forehead and her cheeks. I'm going to use this shade as my bronzer. This reddish tone is going to give us that sun-kissed look. And then I'm going back into the Warrior 2 palette and I'm using the same dark brown we used on the eyes. I'm using that to contour her cheeks. Then I'm just taking my foundation brush to clean up any edges. There's no extra product on my foundation brush. Alright sis, you're looking cute, you're looking cute. Again, just taking my foundation brush and cleaning up any extra product or rough edges. Now I'm going to go in and start pressing that powder into the skin. This helps everything look nice and smooth and velvety. It doesn't leave any texture behind when you press in the powder rather than dusting it away. And I decided to make her liner a little bit longer and thicker, so that's what I'm doing. Now I'm going to spray her face down with some finishing spray. And I'm going to press that spray into her skin. Now I'm going to take my blush and we're going to add some blush to her cheeks. Blush be hitting. This is a blush by La Femme. I don't have the name of it. I stated it in my last video, but I got y'all, don't worry. Now I'm just taking some white eyeliner and going in her waterline. I'm telling her to look up and hold her breath and then to breathe out. This prevents her from tearing up, or this prevents her eyes from watering. So when you go in their waterline, tell them breathe in through their nose, hold their breath, look up, and then tell them to breathe out. But you have to move quick because they're holding their breath. When you're holding your breath, your eyes don't water. It's science. Alright, so my camera died again. So what I did was add some glitter to the bottom part of her eyes. I just added a pink glitter, and now I'm just adding some white eyeshadow to her inner corners because I love adding white eyeshadow to the inner corners. And now I'm going to line her lips with MAC's Chestnut and add a nude gloss on top. Alright, so now we're going to go in to highlight her cheeks. I'm using Glow Up Academy's Glow Sis highlighter, and I'm using my favorite highlighter brush to apply the highlighter. This is a Morphe brush. It'll be listed down below. Alright, so again, I'm going in, spraying her face. And pressing that spray into her skin. This is going to help your makeup last longer, spraying as you go and pressing it in. Sis, trust me. So now I'm just adding some mascara to her top and bottom lashes. And then I'm just going to go in with a nude lip gloss from MAC. This is in the shade Lust. So one of my most favorite things to do is to take my Ben Nye Final Seal Spray and spray my Real Techniques brush and press it in underneath her eyes or anywhere that's looking too powdery. It just makes everything look nice and perfect. So I do that to every single client. So that's some tea, sis. How does she look? This is the completed look, you guys. I think this look came out so pretty and it was so simple. Tell me what you guys think of this look. I did a more matte finish today instead of my normal glowy look, but I'm really feeling it. I showed how I take my videos in like one of my first videos. I showed how I do my client videos, but yeah, I might have to do another video on it, but yeah. I really love how this look came out, you guys. I hope you guys love it too. You guys enjoyed this video. I really loved filming it for you guys. I hope you was really able to learn something new in this video, and let me know if you tried out this technique and how it worked for you. Bye.